If you follow the Animal Center on social media or have seen pictures of our animals elsewhere, you have probably seen this staff member's amazing work. This month, we're going to spend some time with Penny Adams, Williamson County Animal Center's Promotion and Events Specialist. Hello, Williamson County. I'm Scott Pieper, and I'm here to take you inside the Animal Center. The past couple of months have been busy. We hosted 2 adoption events that led to more than 60 lucky, approved adopters taking home their furry family member at no cost. Celebrated Halloween at Pumpkin Fest and have been working hard to find a home for the holidays for all of our animals. Since our last episode, we've received 695 cats and dogs, bringing our total to 3,773 through November. 373 of those received in October and November have been adopted, 69 were strays returned to their owner, and 10 transferred to another agency. Of the remaining intakes, 277 were spayed or neutered and returned. Our save rate for the year now stands at 96.9%. We also adopted 32 animals other than cats or dogs, bringing that total to 149 for the year. You might figure that we regularly adopt rabbits, guinea pigs, and hamsters, but would you have guessed that the list of other animals also includes a donkey, pigs, and yes, even a snake? The first Saturday in October found us hanging out with our friends from the Parks and Rec Department and more than 60 dogs who got to enjoy the pool at the Longview Recreation Center for the 3rd annual Bark and Splash Bash. Then we wrapped up the month on Main Street in downtown Franklin as part of the 36th annual Pumpkin Fest. More than 30 cats and dogs got to spend the long Thanksgiving holiday weekend with a foster family, and quite a few of them ended up moving in for good. A big shout out to all of our partners, volunteers, fosters, and staff whose dedication and support made October and November great months at the center. The holiday season is upon us, and that will bring some changes to our regular schedule on occasion. Check our website and social media for changes to our business hours. We will close at 1 p.m. on Christmas Eve, which is a Friday. Our monthly Paw Pantry that supplies free pet food to Williamson County pet parents who could use a little help will take place at the center on December 17th. Instead of the final Saturday of the month, the rabies clinic will take place on the second to last. So bring your pets on December 18th to get them vaccinated for $10 and microchipped for $15. Remember, the state of Tennessee requires that all cats and dogs be vaccinated. Friends of Williamson County Animal Center has again been selected as one of 2 hometown charities that Darrell Waltrip Subaru will support as part of the annual Share the Love event. Now through January 3rd, 2022, the dealership will donate $250 to the charity chosen by customers who purchase or lease a new Subaru. Several of our favorite holiday traditions are returning this year. First, anyone interested in getting a gift for the animals in our care can come by the center and get an ornament from our giving tree for ideas from our wish list. You can also keep an eye out for our ornaments on trees at businesses around town. We're again uniting with Metro Animal Care and Control for Operation Silent Night. Through December, all cats and dogs, yes, that includes kittens and puppies, will be available for $25 adoption fees at both agencies. Our goal is to have Christmas Eve be a silent night at our centers with all the kennels empty. We're also recruiting foster families willing to share a spot under the mistletoe in their home for any of our animals who aren't adopted before Christmas Eve. Williamson County Animal Center supplies fosters with all the food, medication, and other needs at no cost. And lastly, Christmas morning deliveries are available again this year. Yes, that's right. Santa's helpers will be making their rounds, bringing joy to Williamson County residents who are giving and getting the gift of a new fur baby from the center for Christmas. Call or email us for more details about any of these holiday traditions. And as always, feel free to email me with ideas for future episodes. I hope you and yours have a wonderful holiday season and joyous new year, and I'll see you in 2022. Today I'm joined by social media guru, adoption specialist, event specialist, and someone who's been known to dabble a little bit in photography, Penny Adams. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So Penny, why don't you tell us, I threw a lot of titles out there, why don't you tell us in your words what it is you do?
Well, I'm glad you didn't say I'm a cat lady, because that's usually what people tend to start with. Used cat salesman. I have had animals my whole life. They usually like me. I am a photographer. I've been a photographer since I was in high school. And my career has taken me through different paths around the country, and it wasn't until like around 2014 that I started volunteering here at Williamson County Animal Center, and was going back and forth between different shelters taking pictures of adoptable pets. And it's felt a calling, really. I mean, it's pretty cool to be able to see people come in and say, I want this picture of this, I want this dog, and they show the picture. So it was totally addicting. And so my mission is to help as many pets get adopted as possible. And then a position opened up here at the center doing social media, which also happened to be my background in the past. So it's kind of like merging chocolate and peanut butter, cats and photos and social media. So it's like my dream job. So.
Awesome. And, you know, I have the privilege of attending a lot of the events that the Animal Center is a part of. Pumpkin Fest, Main Street Festival. We do those together. And throughout those events, it's inevitable that people are always coming up and talking about following the social media and how much they enjoy it, and what a wonderful job that you do with it. Talk a little bit about what it is that you are hoping to achieve with the platforms that you have.
Well, first off, I think social media is the easiest way folks can, if you're sitting at home wondering how can you help the animals at the shelter, the easiest way is to go and follow us, ask your friends to follow us, share a photo of a pet that you think is really awesome to your social media channels, and you can inspire somebody. So like we have, I think, around 26,000 folks that follow us. If you imagine that each of those 26,000 folks on Facebook have, let's say, 500 friends, think of the reach that would have for the animals and getting them exposure. So that's my mission. So whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on Facebook, maybe you love TikTok, folks want to see, see the animals. They're really cute and they're really awesome. I have the best job in the world to be able to showcase them. They're all individual, so I try to show that off as well. We want to make the best matches possible. So if folks, it takes a village. So if it wasn't for the volunteers, for instance, that are walking the dogs and telling me what their personalities are like, or getting their energy levels down, they're not going to present as well in the photos or in the videos. So it takes a village to help these animals get a home. So it's not just a photo or the videos, but those are a big part in getting the community engaged and motivated to come on down and come through our doors.
And you were talking about getting animals adopted, but I know that it also you have used the social media platforms to return strays that come here to the owners. So that's a really neat aspect of it, is when I know you'll do a stray of the day, and then when we get to see the update that the owner has been found, I think everybody really enjoys seeing that. So I know that's a big part of what you do as well.
Education is a huge pillar here at the center. So if telling the story about, hey, if you have a neighbor that's lost their dog, and putting the word out, if we found the dog and put it out there, we want to connect those dots. And if we can connect those dots by saying this dog was reunited with its owner, or this cat was reunited with its owner because of a microchip and the services that we provide here at the center, and it comes full circle. We want to return animals back to their owners as fast as possible. Mm-hmm. So there's so many different ways that we can do that here at the center. In addition to microchips, like for instance, the Petco Love Lost program, that if you've lost your pet, you can go through and upload your picture of your pet and see if it's in any of the shelters. But yeah, I mean, the community's been so fantastic about following us and getting the word out. The Stray of the Day posts probably are the most highly trafficked posts that are shared. It's been amazing.
Right. Yes, it is. I know you can go check just a few minutes after you post something and it's already been seen by thousands of people and shared by hundreds. It's very impressive. So if anyone has seen a picture, a photo on our website or on social media, a photo of any of our animals, it's more than likely that you have taken that picture. Maybe share a story about like some memorable photo experience that you've had with an animal.
Well, I will tell you, one of the best memories I could think of was related to a senior cat named Mama Fluff. And she wasn't here at this center. But this cat came into another shelter and was highly matted. It was a really sad situation. So she had been shaved from her neck all the way down to basically her tail. She was given a lion cut, if you're familiar with that. And she was a Persian. And she's a beautiful cat, and she was also extremely overwhelmed being in the shelter. And so she's shy. So this room, everybody that walked by her cage would laugh at this poor cat. And she was just curled up in her litter box and just, you know, her world was just turned upside down. So I went in and posed her up and focused mainly on her head, threw everything else out of focus. And at that time, the shelter did not have a huge social media presence. Mm-hmm. But that cat was posted on a Saturday, and then by the 2 days they were closed. By the next day they were open, there was a line at the front door of folks wanting to adopt that cat. Mm-hmm. And that is just the power of social media here at the shelter. All shelters. So if you're a photographer and you're looking for ways to give back, that is the easiest way to give back, is to donate your time and talents.
And that's amazing. It is, you know, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and maybe in this case, a picture is worth 1,000 shares.
Yeah. Well, hopefully more than 1,000.
More than that.
But yeah, the thing about the cats, the dogs, they're not broken. They are so individual and beautiful, and each one of them deserves a loving home. If I can make that connection through a photo to grab the potential owner out there and inspire them to come in or invite somebody else to share, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, and you do it very well.
Thank you.
So Penny, I'm sure that the animals always cooperate and pose just exactly how you would like them to. But on the off chance that there is an animal that's maybe not presenting itself the way that you would like to see, tell us a little bit about what you do to capture that perfect image that you're looking for.
Well, that's a great question. If I were to ask you to pose, I would probably want to give you some motivation. So most cats and dogs are motivated by either toys or treats. So, but a big part of what helps me out too at the center is the fact that the volunteers walk the dogs and the cats get socialized very well by our volunteers is a big part of why the animals also look good for us. So, but if you're sitting at home and you're wondering, how can I take better pictures of my dog or my cat? The first thing is play with them. Get them pooped out. You want them tired and you want them hungry. So have something that's really a high value treat. So not just the ordinary dog biscuit, but maybe like little pieces of hot dog or something. And second piece of advice is have your camera at the ready. So you are ready to capture that shot just in a split second. Sometimes I just need 1/250th of a second to capture that dog or that cat looking just the way I want to look at him right at the camera. And the third thing is you want to not repeat the same thing over and over. For instance, you don't want to just sit there with the squeaker and go squeak, 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 squeak. The dog will get really bored very quickly, just as if I were to tell you a knock-knock joke repeatedly. You would be over it in no time flat. So you want to have, like with cats, for instance, have different motivators, like maybe a feather or maybe a tinsel wand or maybe that treat. You're not going to have a ton of time to get them to look oftentimes, but if you are ready with your camera and your lights are ready or you have natural light behind you, you're going to get a great shot of that pet.
Well, you're sharing some of the trade secrets here.
Well, yeah, it's no secret that we have a lot of pets in this county and a lot of animal lovers. So if you've adopted a pet from us in the past, we want to see your pets, and please share them with us on our social media pages. We love adoption updates.
And what are those social pages? How can someone find us?
So our social media pages are, for Facebook, it's and Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, it's at WC Animal Center.
All right. Well, Penny, I think it's immeasurable the impact that you have on the animals in our care and helping to get them returned to their owners and their new forever homes. So thank you for everything you do. Thank you, Williamson County, for joining us on Inside the Animal Center. And until next time, we'll be making things better, one animal at a time.